No, I think this episode stems a lot from wanting people to just overall feel better and to stop complaining. Because I know so many people that it's almost like it's a habitual thing for them to just complain. And I'm not saying like they're terrible people. It's the mindset that they have is bad. They're always just complaining that something can't happen because whatever the excuse is, and they always have an excuse right there in their sleeve just to pull it out real quick. And it's something that, I'm trying to change here, and why I'm bringing this up, because a lot of those things that they complain about, it's on you. It's not on anybody else. If you're going to sit there and complain about a job that you hate being at, guess what? You have the ability to apply to all these other jobs that you are actually interested in. Because if you've been here at this job for 10 years, hey, whose fault is that but yours? Are you just waiting for somebody to fire you, or you want to actually do something that you're interested in? But getting away from that, let's start at the beginning of your day, being a Monday. Hopefully you guys did this today, but first thing that is 100% in your control is waking up early or on time, because, I work night shifts, so waking up early, I'm at work early, so it doesn't count. But people always want to place the blame on the alarm not going off, or that they couldn't sleep well, so then they couldn't hear the alarm, or whatever their excuse is not to get up in the morning. We all know the real reason though, right? Everybody's been there, that the alarm goes off. You hear it, you wake up, you do a little like crack your eye open, you look at it, slam your fist down on the phone or your alarm just to shut it up, and then you go back to sleep. It's called being lazy. You're procrastinating your day. You're wasting the first precious minutes of your day to try to just get a couple more hours or a couple more minutes in of sleep.
A couple more hours of sleep, you better be finding a new job.
Yeah, that's a lot of hours. Never mind. But you get the point. It's a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds even until the next alarm goes off. If you're, someone like me that you have 20 alarms on in the morning. But you do what you got to do in order to get up. And if that's set 20 alarms, set 20 alarms, because then every 30 seconds you're slamming your fist on the phone.
Yeah.
Think realistic, guys. You're gonna go to sleep, but be optimistic on getting yourself up early in the morning, or at least on time, so then you don't have to rush through the rest of your day. But the next point that I had was also nutrition, right? Because nobody's force feeding you anything anymore. You're not being bottle fed like a baby. You choose what you're consuming, and nobody's telling you to go buy, 3 cheeseburgers and plus French fries and milkshakes at McDonald's. Nobody's doing that. You're doing it yourself. This is something that's completely in your control. You can start eating at home. You can start eating healthier. Nobody's also telling you to spend an entire paycheck eating out at restaurants every single day of the week. Even if you're eating healthy, now it's financial. That's the issue. Now you're wasting all that money on finances, whereas you can just be saving money, getting groceries, cooking at home. And let's say somebody out there has the excuse, I don't know how to cook. I'm not going to put the excuse that you're an adult. But there's this thing called YouTube where, they have these awesome videos that have, step-by-step processes for you on how to cook whatever dish you're looking for. But that's the point, when you start focusing on your health and nutrition, it's going to be a lot better for you, because even if you spend $20, $25 a day on carnivore as opposed to $20, $25 on McDonald's, you're going to feel a lot worse after the McDonald's, even if it's the same amount of money that you put into it. But focusing on that health is going to do a lot better for you in the long run. And since we're talking about health, the next one is exercise and your health and well-being. This is another one that people like to have that arsenal of excuses for, because let's be honest, nobody's going to do the workout for you and then just give you the gains. Nobody's going to give you the muscles that they work towards, because that's physically impossible. But on with the excuses, am I right? What's the big one? I don't have time.
Yeah. See, it's funny you mentioned the exercise too, because I remember when I was in high school, right, and was doing the pulley function for the military, you had to be able to do a certain amount of pull-ups, right? If any of y'all have ever seen the size of me, even on a good day, pull-ups is a little extra work for a person like me, right?
You're a big boy.
I'm a pretty big boy. So it's like, you know, I remember in high school we had one classroom where the like, I guess the ceiling rafters, right?
Yeah,
it was
were
kind of
lower.
a curved room.
Yeah.
Where it was on the edge of the building, and there was a spot where it came down low enough you could jump up and grab onto it. And me and my friend, who was also in the Pooley function at the time, made it a point where, you know, you get that 5 minutes in between classes, and we'd always mess around. But before that class, we would just run straight to that classroom. And the 5 minutes before, we were in there doing pull-ups off the rafters just to try to keep the numbers up for when we actually went to our Pooley functions.
Right.
You know, so you get creative with it, you know, and be modest about it. You don't need a full gym. You don't need all kinds of crazy equipment, fancy equipment. You just need your own body, and you can really make some changes as far as your physique goes. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was, when people say I don't have time, that is the number one excuse that gets me heated so fast.
Yeah, no matter what it is.
No matter what it's about. Because what I hear when somebody says I don't have time,
is that they're using 24 hours of their day.
well, what I actually hear is I don't care enough about that to make time for it.
That can be
It's
the
what I
excuse as
hear
well. Yeah.
every single time somebody says, oh, I don't have time for that. It's like, no, you don't care enough about it to make time for it.
Right.
Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth, because that is the truth. And that will be with anything, because we all do have the same 24 hours a day. And I know people like you who work 2 full-time jobs, and you manage to have time to do 2 full-time jobs, be here for the podcast, come up with some great, amazing content, and you get people who barely work a 40-hour work week and tell you that they don't have time to make their life better. And it's mind-blowing to me.
And then now, you know, getting closer to the end here, we have the point on setting your goals. This is something that everybody can do. Everybody should be doing. And I recommend that you do it the night before, not the day of, like Justin, because that's also another excuse and something that procrastinators tend to do. If you are making goals for yourself for the day, for the week, whatever it is, I recommend you do it the night before. Also in the preparation phase where you're setting yourself up to be optimistic for the morning, you're setting up the goals that you need to achieve the next day. It could be something as simple as setting up your outfit for the next day. Instead of wasting 10-15 minutes trying to find a complete outfit to take to work, to take out, to take to the movies, whatever it is, set the outfit aside before you go to sleep. That way you don't have to worry about it. You're saving more time in the morning to do other things, and you're completing goals because you're looking to the future instead of being stuck in the past or complaining about the now. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick highlight reel. Get that real meat of the episodes that we're putting out. And if you want to hear more of what we talked about this episode, if you have the Anchor app, feel free to listen to the rest of the episode on there. And if you don't, if you have any other podcasting platforms, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you can check us out on that as well.
And if you guys really love us, you can check out our social medias. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We post original exclusive content on those platforms, as well as even shorter clips for you guys to enjoy, because those clips include things like behind the scenes, some comedic relief, some hard-hitting moments on the show, just a little bit of everything, the real highlights for you guys. All those links will be down in the description.
And until next week, go on and get